Hello, fellow passive income investors. Welcome to today's update. This is going to be on Roundhill and their huge distributions that they just announced. Last week, they paid 64 cents for xdte, qdte paid about 86 cents, and rdte paid 24 cents. This week, they also announced huge distributions. It's a little bit less than what they paid last week. Again, if you like this type of content, please like, share. If you don't want to miss this type of update, please subscribe and hit that notification button so whenever I release new videos, you will be notified. This week, Roundhill Investment has announced the following ETF distributions for xdte, qdte, rdte. xdte paid about 60 cents, so it's less than what they paid last week. Now, remember, last week was 64. This time they pay 60, so about 4 cents less than what they paid last week. qdte paid 87. Now they paid 80, so it's 7 cents less than what they paid last week. And rdte paid about 27 cents, so it's pretty much the same as what they paid last week. Pretty impressive. If you compare this to ymax ETFs, the most popular ones, for example, ymax and ymag, have been paying less and less and less for the past two distributions. So hopefully this week they're going to pay more, but that's to be seen. And before I forget, ex-dividend date for this week distribution is going to be on the 26th, which is tomorrow, and pay date is going to be on the 27th. That's going to be the day after. Remember, today is on Christmas Day. The market is closed, so you can't buy these ETFs, unfortunately. So you're going to have to wait till next distribution if you want to receive distribution for next week. But here's another news. These ETFs, not only they've been paying huge distributions for the past 2 weeks, but also these ETFs have been outperforming the market. I'm going to show you in a bit. xdte outperforming the index with an 18% yield. So I came across this article today and then I thought it's very important for me to share. But before I share with you, I have to go verify if it's true. And this, of course, came from the guy who was called John Bowman, who's Joe Bowman, if you ask me, is investment advisor and analyst. And this is what he said. I initially doubted Roundhill derivative ETF, but now endorse xdte for its impressive total return and lower volatility compared to the benchmarks. xdte strategy involves buying long-dated in-the-money calls and selling at-the-money calls daily, generating significant distributable income and outperforming the S&P 500. So when I heard this outperforming the S&P 500, I have to go and look at the other data to verify this and have the numbers for you. Despite some inconsistencies and recent outperformance, xdte offers a unique, lower volatility income source suitable for aggressive and conservative income investors. I recommend aggressive investors allocate up to 10% and conservative investors up to 5% of their income portfolio to xdte. That's his recommendation. Of course, some people put more than that. So then whenever I read the article, I have to go back and verify that. So I came to another website. This is a website that I paid. It's called dripcar.com to compare between the two, qdte and S&P 500. And the proxy for S&P 500, of course, is VOO, because this is one of the popular ETFs. Roundhill ETF Trusts, the price is 42. VOO price is 551. The return within a year or since inception of comparison between these two, Roundhill has returned 19.4 and dividend yield is 24.85. Of course, this is an average. If we look at the VOO, within the same period has only returned 17% and dividend of 1.27. So has beaten the S&P 500 by 2%. Of course, 2% difference. If you go longer than 10 years, that's a lot of money you're missing out. More numbers. Initial balance is 10,000. Initial price is 46, and then initial price on this one is 473. Initial share 215. This is you're only going to get 21 shares. Total dividend you receive between that period, this is 2,971. VOO is only going to be 105. Last dividend received was 87 for xdte and VOO was $1.64. Remember, VOO pays quarterly distributions versus qdte, which pays weekly distribution. So that's a huge difference. Yield on cost for qdte is 29.68 and VOO is only 1.4. And share, remember, you started with only 215, but you received 2,971, and you add that money, you buy more shares. Now you're going to have 284 shares. That's 69.1 shares extra. With S&P 500, you're only going to have very little, 0.21. Remember, you only got 105, so you're going to buy like a fractional share because that amount of money won't give you a full share. total end value, you're going to have 11,940, and with VOO, you're only going to have 11,701. And of course, return is 19.4, and this is 17. So you have gained 2.4% more than S&P 500. And here we have a chart for qdte and VOO, which is S&P 500. If you look at the chart, guys, you can see actually the qdte volatility is not that bad. They pretty much go in sync. This is just quick and updated to show you how Roundhill has ramped up their distribution for all three of their popular ETFs, xdte, qdte, and rdte. Not only that, these ETFs seem to be beating the index, which is S&P 500, which is a gauge for performance of all the markets. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Till we meet again next video. That's gonna come very soon. Bye bye.